Hello and welcome to a new edition of Cairo Local Time, during which we bring you the latest political, economic and sports events that are taking place here in Egypt. I am Basma Taha. Short break and we will be back, so stay tuned. Welcome back. President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi met Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli, Minister of Defense and Military Production General Ashraf Salim Zahir, Head of Administrative Control Authority Major General Ahmed Aidel Hosni, Major General Amr Aidel Hosni, and Head of Central Agency for Organization and Administration Hatem Nabil, and other officials. During the meeting, the President followed up on the executive situational file of new employment, management, leading positions and promotions as part of the state efforts in administrative reform. Presidential spokesperson Ambassador Mohamed El Ezaby said the meeting stressed that developing administrative bodies in the state is a comprehensive process, including developing human resources, developing infrastructure, and reorganizing of structural relations according to specializations. During the meeting, a number of files were reviewed, including the institutional developments, also expansion of using electronic assessment, and developing mechanisms of work and training. This in addition to investment in human resources and choosing talents who are capable of management, and also assuming leading positions to improve the quality of public services. Egypt strongly condemned the recent Iranian attacks targeting Jordan, Bahrain and Kuwait. Cairo characterized the strikes as a blatant violation of state sovereignty and a dangerous escalation that threatens regional stability. Egypt affirmed its full solidarity with the three nations, pledging absolute support for all measures taken to safeguard their national security and protect their citizens. Furthermore, Cairo emphasized that the security of Arab nations remains an integral part of its own national security framework, while reiterating its call for immediate escalation and strict adherence to international law. Foreign Minister Badr Abdulati held a phone call with Mohammed Ishaq Dar, Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Foreign Affairs of the Islamic Republic of Pakistan, on Thursday. The call addressed developments in U.S.-Iran war and efforts to de-escalate tensions in the Middle East. It came as part of the ongoing consultations and coordination between the two countries regarding efforts to support the U.S.-Iranian negotiations. The call also tackled means of boosting bilateral relations, as both ministers expressed their keenness to continue joint cooperation on various fields to achieve mutual benefits. Also, Minister of Foreign Affairs, International Cooperation and Egyptians Abroad, Badr Abdulati, on Thursday hailed the deeply rooted ties binding Egypt and Greece, particularly after being elevated to a strategic partnership. The minister made these remarks in a phone call with his Greek counterpart, Georgios Giraferitis, stressing the significance of boosting bilateral cooperation and cherishing Greece's support for Egypt at different European institutions. Phone call tackled the unfolding regional conditions, with Abdulati reviewing Egypt's efforts for de-escalating current tensions, pointing out to its support for the U.S.-Iran negotiations. The two top diplomats also exchanged points of views on the Palestinian cause, with Abdulati urging the importance of moving ahead with the implementation of the second phase of U.S. President Donald Trump's plan to end the war in Gaza. On Libya, they agreed on thrashing an intra-Libyan solution which maintains the country's sovereignty and territorial integrity leading up to parliamentary and presidential elections. And Foreign Minister Badr Abdulati held a phone call with Prime Minister of Lebanon, Nawaf Salam. The call comes amid intense ongoing consultations and coordination regarding developments in Lebanon and to discuss the latest developments in Israeli military escalation there. Spokesperson of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Ambassador Tamim Khalaf, stated that the Minister Abdulati reiterated Egypt's full support and solidarity for Lebanon in light of the current challenges. Abdulati condemned the Israeli aggression against Lebanon, emphasizing Egypt's firm stance, calling for a complete Israeli withdrawal from all Lebanese territory. The foreign minister stressed that any violation of Lebanon's sovereignty constitutes a blatant breach of international law and UN Security Council Resolution 1701. And to shed more light on this issue, I'm honored to be joined over the phone with Dr. Mohamed El Ezaby, Professor of International Relations. Good day, Doctor.
Good day to you.
Thank you so much for joining us on Nile TV International. And at the beginning, how do you see Egypt's role in supporting the U.S.-Iran negotiations, and how could this contribute to ending the conflict?
Well, the Egyptian government has strong condemnation of the recent Iranian missile and drone attacks targeting Kuwait, Jordan, and Bahrain represents one of Cairo's clearest diplomatic positions since the escalation of the current U.S.-Iran confrontation. Egypt described these attacks as a violation of the sovereignty of Arab states and reaffirmed its full solidarity with the affected countries. Egypt's condemnation is not merely a diplomatic statement, it reflects broader strategic concerns. Cairo views attacks against Arab states as a direct threat to regional stability. Egypt fears that the expansion of the conflict beyond Iran and the United States could transform the crisis into a wider regional war. Also, the Egyptian position aligns with growing Arab concerns regarding attacks on Gulf infrastructure, military facilities, and strategic economic assets. Egypt is seeking to preserve regional security, architecture, and prevent further destabilization of the Middle East. So, always Egypt play a great role of mediation in between all parties, all countries like Iran and the United States, with Qatar, to try to prevent any kind of escalation because it affects the international economy. So we saw how many calls was done by Dr. Badr Abdulati to the European foreign ministers and Arab foreign ministers, and try to find a solution to force United States and Iran to sit on one table to negotiate and stop any kind of escalation.
Well, also, Doctor, how does Egypt's coordination with countries such as Pakistan, Saudi Arabia, and Turkey strengthen regional efforts to de-escalate tensions?
Well, we saw the fourth countries conference, which held in Islamabad and attended by Dr. Badr Abdulati from Egypt and Faisal bin Farhan, Saudi Arabia, Hakam Fidan from Turkey, and how they try to find a solution for this war. Especially Pakistan is the most important mediator between United States and Iran, and Pakistan succeeded to make the first ceasefire agreement which signed in Islamabad. So all four countries try to exchange their points of view, try to find a point that can United States and Iran accept it, to build on it in the next negotiations. But up till now, Donald Trump want to destroy Iran without Iran announcing that they surrender to the United States. The only way that Donald Trump will accept that Iran will announce their surrender, they will cancel their nuclear project, they will let any control in Hormuz Strait. That's the point that Donald Trump wants, and the Revolutionary Guards insist to continue their nuclear project, insist to control Hormuz Strait. So up till now, no country works as a mediator between United States and Iran succeeded to find same conditions or suitable conditions for both countries.
Well, Doctor, how do you see the efforts exerted by Egypt in order to prevent the expansion of the conflict beyond its current scope?
Well, His Excellency President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi, in his last call with Masoud Pezeshkian, he told him that he rejects any kind of attack towards Arab countries. He wants Masoud Pezeshkian to make agreement with the United States to stop the escalation in the Middle East. And also, His Excellency President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi assured the freedom of maritime and international straits, so Egypt to try to exert a lot of efforts with Iran and with the United States, and we saw the call with the American foreign minister in his call with Dr. Badr Abdel-Ati, and how they exchange their points of view about how can Egypt to play a kind of mediation between Iran and the United States, try to prevent any kind of escalation in the next day. But up till now, the Revolutionary Guards control everything in Iran, and the pragmatic positions like foreign minister and the president of Iran didn't have the right to take decisions. So the decision is in the hand of the Revolutionary Guard, and the Revolutionary Guard didn't accept any American conditions or didn't accept to discuss it at all.
Well, Doctor, also what, from your point of view, what are the economic and also the geopolitical consequences that Egypt is trying to prevent through its calls for de-escalation?
Well, we know if the war starts again, now Iran threatened over the world that they will make Houthi to close Bab el-Mandab, and it will affect international economy. Not only Egypt and Suez Canal, but all the countries' economies will be affected. So Egypt try to prevent this to happen. Also, Egypt try to support the Arab countries, especially all the Gulf countries, if not agriculture countries, and they depend on Hormuz Strait and their food supply chains. And Egypt now supported all Arab countries from Nuweiba port on the Red Sea. So Egypt tried to support Arab countries, support any kind of negotiations, try to talk with the United Nations and France. We saw the call between His Excellency President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi and Emmanuel Macron, and in his visit to Spain and his meeting with Pedro Sanchez, always President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi assured that we want to negotiate, we want to depend on diplomacy instead of weapons. So Egypt exerted a lot of efforts, but up till now, the Revolutionary Guard refused any efforts from Pakistan, from Qatar. The strikes which happened from United States yesterday, it happened when some Qatari responsibilities are in Tehran try to convince the Revolutionary Guard to accept negotiations. So up till now, they didn't accept any kind of negotiation. They didn't accept to discuss their nuclear project, and Donald Trump insists on his conditions. So in my point of view, that this war will continue, and Donald Trump from 2 hours announced that he will strike Iran again too hard at night, and I think that Iran will again strike the Gulf countries. Up till now, Israel didn't involve in this strike up till now, but I think in the next days Israel will be involved beside United States to strike Iran, and we will see what happens in the next day. But in my point of view, that this war will end by changing the government system of Iran.
Well, also, Dr. Ezaby, how does Egypt's communication with multiple regional actors demonstrate a strategy of preventive diplomacy? In just 1 minute, because we are running out of time.
Well, Dr. Badr Abdel Ati, by the instructions of His Excellency President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi, tried to make a lot of calls with the Arab foreign ministers. He called Abbas Araghchi, the Iranian foreign minister. Also, he called the France foreign minister and many European foreign ministers, and Asian and African also. He tried to make international idea about how to end the escalation in the region, and how to force Donald Trump and Iran to sit on one table to negotiate and stop this war.
Yes, Dr. Mohamed El Ezaby, Professor of International Relations, thank you so much, sir, for your insight. A short break and we will be back, so stay tuned.